Bachelor fans were introduced to Peter Weber on Hannah Brown's season of The Bachelorette, and the pilot became a fan favorite. Fortunately, it was soon announced that Weber would be the next Bachelor, and it sounds like his season just might actually be the most dramatic yet. Warning, major spoilers ahead. At its core, The Bachelor is an extreme dating show. With 30 potential romantic interests and approximately 2 months, the lead is under enormous pressure to make some love connections, and make them fast. Gradually, the group of women vying for The Bachelor's affections shrinks in number until only 4 women are left standing with roses in their hands. However, before the lead can decide who he wants to take to the much-anticipated fantasy suite dates, he first has to meet the families of his final 4 contestants, which, as fans know, is a big deal. After all, in Bachelor World, these hometown dates either make or break relationships. On October 24, 2019, Bachelor Nation gossip maven Steve Carbone took to his Reality Steve blog to release the names of the women Peter Weber reportedly chose for his final 4. According to Carbone, Bachelor fans will see Weber travel to the hometowns of Kelsey Wire, Victoria Fuller, Madison Pruitt, and Hannah Ann Sluss. To borrow from host Chris Harrison, we're sure these will be the most dramatic hometown dates yet. Early gossip from spoiler sites like Reality Steve has seemingly outed one of Weber's potential love interests as a reported real-life mean girl. Of course, allegations don't necessarily equal facts. However, according to blogger Steve Carbone, Victoria Fuller has already made a name for herself as one of the most controversial contestants The Bachelor has ever seen. Carbone wrote back in October, "I can honestly say I have never had so many negative stories and as many people contact me about one person than I have this season with Victoria Fuller. Fuller has a horrible reputation in the Virginia Beach area for being with married men. Moreover, as Carbone alleged in his post, those married men were reportedly the husbands of Fuller's friends." He continued, "I can tell you today that I personally was in touch with women whose now ex-husbands were involved in relationships with Victoria while still married, and both confirmed it to me." While the allegations against Victoria Fuller have not yet been proven to be factual, the vicious rumors surrounding her reputation and relationships were enough to make the Bachelor Nation newbie feel the need to take to social media and try to clear the air. On November 22, 2019, Fuller posted a wholesome picture of herself and her dog to Instagram, along with a caption addressing the rumors. Fuller started her caption by thanking her family and friends for their overwhelming support, as well as the strangers who had contacted her with kind words. She then went on to deny the allegations that she'd broken up her friends' marriages, writing, "The rumors you are hearing are false. There will be a time and place where I can defend myself, but for now, I choose to wait. However, bullying is not okay, nor is it fair." She continued, alleging the opinions being formed about her reputation were based on, quote, "pure speculation, assumptions, and lies. I trust that God and the universe are showing me the way." As revealed by Steve Carbone on his Reality Steve blog, a woman named Marissa Pence dated Peter Weber briefly in 2012. After hearing the rumors surrounding Victoria Fuller, Pence allegedly took it upon herself to contact Bachelor producers in an effort to let Peter know about the woman vying for his heart. Production reportedly invited Pence to Fuller's public hometown date. However, according to Carbone, no one from the production team acknowledged Pence's presence once she arrived. Instead, Pence told the blogger that she approached Weber herself and told him about the allegations against Fuller while the cameras kept rolling. Carbone wrote, "Peter says it was a huge buzzkill because he's had such a great time with her, but he thanks Marissa for telling him, they hug, and he leaves immediately with producers and gets into a car." Carbone adds that Weber reportedly had tears in his eyes after his talk with Pence, writing, "After their talk, Marissa was never contacted by production. No one came up to her after their convo, and she left with her friends." The Bachelor bills itself as a show about finding love, but let's be honest, the franchise would be nothing without drama. As revealed in Amy Kaufman's book Bachelor Nation and depicted in the Bachelor-inspired scripted Lifetime series Unreal, a majority of the drama between contestants is allegedly driven by producers hoping to make the most dramatic season ever.
All right, here we go. We are done with death, okay? Give me romance, romance, romance. Let's get this show back to what it's all about.
However, we shouldn't give Bachelor producers all of the credit. After all, when you have 30 women competing for the heart of one man, drama will almost certainly unravel organically. According to Steve Carbone, the group of women on Peter Weber's season of The Bachelor were reportedly particularly divided during filming. In a November 2019 tweet, Carbone revealed that some of the season's contestants had reportedly formed an alliance and called themselves the Cats, while referring to the women they didn't like as the Rats. This appears to be inspired by Natasha, who made the Cats-Rats distinction after getting rudely interrupted by McKenna. As longtime fans of The Bachelor know, every season of the show has a villain. On a November 2019 episode of his Reality Steve podcast, Steve Carbone revealed that Alea Benavidez is reportedly the contestant who will most likely be known as the early season villain within Peter Weber's group of contestants. As Carbone reported in an October 2019 tweet, Benavidez was allegedly eliminated in the third rose ceremony, but made a dramatic return later in the filming process to, quote, confront Peter and one of the women she felt wronged her. Oh, the drama. As fans of the franchise likely remember, former contestants Kaylin Miller-Keyes and Hannah Brown were beauty pageant queens and former friends whose tumultuous history led to a few seriously dramatic moments throughout Colton Underwood's buzzed-about season of The Bachelor. And according to Steve Carbone, Peter Weber's season will feature its own beauty pageant drama storyline as well. According to Carbone, an alleged feud between Alea Benavidez, aka Miss Texas, and Victoria Paul, aka Miss Louisiana, will make Kaylin and Hannah's drama seem small. In fact, Paul is reportedly the woman who Benavidez returns to confront after being eliminated by Weber. As Carbone revealed in a series of October 2019 tweets, the feud came to a head during a dramatic late-night rose ceremony, leading to Weber sending Benavidez home once again. In a video sent to Carbone, Weber can even be heard apologizing to Bachelor producers after the rose ceremony, saying, quote, sorry I put you guys through that. Apparently, the rumors concerning Victoria Fuller's alleged relationships with married men are just part of the thundercloud of drama surrounding the contestant. Steve Carbone revealed in a tweet in October that one of Fuller's rumored former flames, country singer Chase Rice, would be making an appearance on Peter Weber's Bachelor season as the musical guest for a one-on-one date with Weber and Fuller. Carbone tweeted, one thing in the laundry list that was sent to me was that Victoria Fuller definitely had spent time with, hung out, dated Chase Rice pre-show. Don't think for a second Victoria being on today's one-on-one wasn't done on purpose. In an interview with People, Rice opened up about his experience filming his portion of The Bachelor. Alluding to the rumored one-on-one date drama, Rice told the publication, there was an extracurricular activity that I wasn't expecting. I was involved, and I was involved more than I wanted to be involved with. We can't wait to see how this rumored love triangle plays out. On Hannah Brown's season of The Bachelorette, viewers witnessed Peter Weber sob after being blindsided by Brown's decision to send him packing, even after their super romantic, highly publicized fantasy suite date in the now famous Grecian windmill. While there's no feeling quite like having your heart ripped out of your chest on national television, Weber once again found himself in pain while filming his season of The Bachelor. This time, however, it wasn't Weber's heart that was cut open, it was his face. In October 2019, host Chris Harrison revealed to The Hollywood Reporter that Weber had injured himself while filming the show in Costa Rica, saying, Peter suffered a freak accident. He got a cut on his head. He did get stitches, but he's 100% okay, and production is already back underway. He's still the dashing, handsome pilot we've all dreamed of. According to Steve Carbone's Bachelor Spoilers, Peter Weber's final decision comes down to two women, Hannah Ann Sluss and Madison Pruitt. However, on December 5, 2019, the longtime Bachelor franchise blogger didn't have a clear answer as to who Weber ultimately chooses, noting only that it's, quote, not a normal ending. While we don't yet know his final pick, we do know that one of Weber's final two contestants already had connections to Bachelor Nation before ever joining his season. As evidenced by multiple Instagram posts, Sluss seems to be close pals with Hannah Godwin, who left the 6th season of Bachelor in Paradise engaged to Dylan Barber. If Weber does pick Sluss, we predict a ton of double dates in this foursome's future. Thanks to the work of blogger Steve Carbone, spoilers now play a large part in the vast Bachelor Nation ecosystem. The spoiler craze can be traced back to season 13 of The Bachelor, when Carbone was the first to reveal Jason Mesnick had dumped fiancée Melissa Rycroft and reunited with runner-up Molly Mullaney. Since then, Carbone has effectively spoiled every Bachelor franchise show with impressive accuracy. However, in a January 2020 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Peter Weber said he was confident his Bachelor season finale would be the first in years to not be spoiled. Weber told the outlet, "There's a reason I believe that, and obviously can't say it, otherwise it gives it away. I'm very confident that Reality Steve and all of these people, they're not going to find out what happens. There's no way they're going to find out." Carbone took to Twitter to respond to Weber's statement, coyly writing, quote, "Cool deal, Peter. We'll see." At the time of Peter Weber's Bachelor season premiere, Steve Carbone still didn't know the contestant who ultimately won the pilot's heart. However, in January 2020, the blogger revealed two reported pieces of information regarding Weber's season finale. First, Carbone alleged that an engagement didn't take place during Weber's final rose ceremony, writing, "This doesn't mean he won't be engaged by the After the Rose special or get engaged on the After the Rose special, but what I do know is that there was no engagement on the final rose ceremony day in Australia." According to Carbone, the other interesting piece of alleged information regarding Weber's season finale involves Chad Pruitt, father to one of Weber's rumored final two contestants, Madison Pruitt. Carbone dished, "Madison's dad did not give Peter his blessing to marry his daughter during his hometown date visit. Could he have gotten it later? Sure. Have I heard that he did? No, I haven't. I'm sure that played a role on final rose ceremony day as well." Considering Steve Carbone's near-perfect track record of effectively spoiling The Bachelor, Peter Weber's confidence that his season could somehow be the exception to the rule was somewhat mystifying to fans. And in a January 2020 interview with Good Morning America, Bachelor host Chris Harrison added to the mystery by doubling down on the pilot's statement. Describing Weber's season as, quote, "unlike any other," Harrison told GMA, "You truly aren't going to know how it's going to end until the very end. It's possible it's still not over." In a January 2020 blog post, Carbone revealed his theory on why both Weber and Harrison seemed so confident the season finale would go unspoiled, writing, "The ending hasn't happened yet. I can't spoil something that hasn't happened yet. All I can tell you is that if the ending of the season happened on November 17th in Australia, I would have found out about it by now." Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more list videos about The Bachelor are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.